Hello everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to develop your own pentatonic scales. So what I'm actually using here is that shorthand that I introduced in a previous video for the harmonic minor scale. I set the link below so that you can have a look at this again. And yeah, the shorthand is this one. Just play basically diagonal over the fretboard. But the scale actually, what we are having here, the full scale, because this is only a 6-tone scale, but the full scale, that would actually be the 4th position of the harmonic minor scale. And that is this one. Played as a 3 notes per string. And that is that specific scale, like harmonic minor scale. And from that we select the tones that we want to hear. That's the most important thing, right? So we set obviously root. It's a minor scale, so we take the minor third with us. Then we have here the sharp 11 actually. The sharp 11 gives that Lydian sound all of a sudden, so you have some kind of minor Lydian kind of tone. Okay, you have the 5 here, that's pretty standard interval, which doesn't really add a specific flavor to a specific tone or to a specific scale. So let's have a big look at this. That is a major 6. So that's basically a Dorian scale, you could say. So that's classic Dorian sound is a minor, is a minor scale with a major 6. So we have it's exactly that tone, Dorian. So we have a Dorian scale with a sharp 11. So it is Dorian, but it's also like Lydian kind of, you know. That's cool. So that's 2 very distinctive intervals that I'd like to take into that pentatonic scale. So what we have. Okay. Now, if you look at it like this, you could say, well, that is just like a diminished scale. Yeah, so far it is a diminished scale. But when you look at it further, you could say, oh well, you have the minor 7 here integrated or included as well. Could call it like a half diminished sort of thing. I mean, if you introduce it, or if you think of the sharp 11 instead of like a flat 5, which you could do when you have it as a pentatonic scale. Yeah, this is a concept that you could also look at it. Me personally, however, what I started out of is I wanted to have a Dorian sharp 11 scale. And that's how I am going to look at it further. So what we have to do now is we have to expand the what we have to do now is we have to expand the pattern that we've developed over the first octave. Now we have to expand it into the second octave. And then the next thing after that, we have to work it out in all its 5 different positions, right? Otherwise, it's only half the job. So that's another thing that you have to do, or that at least I do it, and I recommend if you follow me on that journey of exploring new kind of sounds, that you probably want to try and do that as well. So let's have a look what we have here. So we extracted, or we created our first pattern of the new pentatonic we're going to build, the Dorian sharp 11. And let's write it down first. We write it down from A. A is always a good start, and the A we have as always on the 5th fret. So we start with A, 5th fret. It is a minor pentatonic, the minor scale, so we have to go up a minor third. So this is then 6, 7, 8. So now comes one of the new tones that we actually extracted from the pentatonic, and that's the sharp 11. And with the sharp 11 we are on the 6th fret. Next one is the interval, or the tone that defines it being a Dorian scale. That's I call it the major 6. And the major 6 we have here on the 9th fret. All right. Another tone that defines a Dorian scale is the minor 7. That's a classic Dorian sound, yeah, that you're having. The sharp 6 with the minor 7. So minor 7 in this case is again on the 5th fret. Then next one is the octave, like the root again, the A, and in this case it's like we go 2 to the right and 2 up, and that is then here 5, 6 and the 7. All right, so now we have already completed our first octave of Dorian sharp 11 pentatonic, and now we have to complete the second one. So let's have a look. So here we have our root again on the 7, which means the next one that we have to do is the minor third. So where's the minor third from here? Usually it's 1 up and 2 to the right, not 2 to the left in this case. So that would be again the 5 here. So now we have to get to the sharp 11 again. The sharp 11 from the minor third is another minor third up. So 1, 2, minor third, so that's the 8. From there we have to get to the 6. Yeah? And if you can see here, sharp 11 to the 6, that's another minor third step. And in this case, because we are on the B string here now, we now go to the fret number 7. Right? So from the major 6 to the 7 is only a half tone step. Right? And then we are already on the E string, on the high E string, and we can simply copy over the steps from the low E string. So that's 5 and 8. Well, so there you have it. That is your Dorian sharp 11 pentatonic scale. Next thing we do, we extract all the missing, or all the other 5 patterns from it, and the easy way, or the simple way to do it is like copy the second half of that pattern. It's a 2 note per string pattern, and we just copy the second half over or down, and then we complete the second part of that. So okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what we do now here is like we copy the second part over. That's 8, 9, 7, 8, 8, 8. All right. 8, 9, 7, and then 3 times 8. 8, 8, 8. So next thing what we have to do is we have to copy the tones from the first pattern, like these ones. these ones here, we have to copy them over onto the next lower string. Yeah, so for example, the sharp 11 here now has to go on, which was on the A string, now has to be fretted on the E string. So we have to copy that over here. And as you can see here from the interval pattern, that is a minor third. So what it is, like 2 to the right, 8, 9, 10. So that's 8, 10. No, sorry. Somebody is not perfectly right here. So it's up to the 11. All right. Good. Okay, 8, 11. Then the next one, from the 9 to the 5, in this case the major third to the minor 7. That's just a half tone step. That's basically this one here, 7, 8 in the octave. So what we have to do here now is like, then okay, in this case 8, 9 and 10. There you go. So next one, from the 7 to the 5 here, that's a minor interval again. So to the right, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, actually, I have to correct me here maybe a little bit, because I always count the empty slots in between as like 2. Right? That's why I say 2 to the right. If you do it correctly, you have to say 3 to the right for a minor third. Okay. Anyway, so next one is then 8 to the 7 here. That's another minor third interval. Why is that? Because that is the B string here. All right, so minor third. So then in that case we have 9, 10, 11. Then here from the 8 to the 5, that's actually a full step. So that's like 8, 9, 10. And again, the high E string we can simply copy over from the low E string, so that's 8, 11. So here you have it, all cleaned up. You can see the root is at the top. That is our root scale, the Dorian sharp 11 pentatonic, and all the other positions of that pentatonic aligned top down. So in the bottom one is obviously then the 5th position. I leave it on here, so if you want you can stop it and write it down. It's so far I found it's quite an interesting sound. What we do next is we are going and test how all the other positions sound. Sometimes you find interesting new sounds with these as well, after you've done that little exercise. And yeah, that's what we're going to do next. Right, so we are back in my music corner, and I've brought my sheet with me with that I just developed with all the 5 positions of this new pentatonic scale. What we are doing now next, as I said already, we are going to, or I am going to test the different sounds of that pentatonic page. So I'm really interested how that sounds. Yeah, to do that I have prepared like a pedal tone on the computer, so that will run through with a little bit of drums to keep the beat. And I'll play all the 5 positions of this new pentatonic scale always from the same root. So I'm not playing them up in sequence, but I play them always from the same root note. In this case, I think the pedal tone is in B, and so I'll play them all starting from B, and then we can see how the different patterns, how the different positions actually really sound, and then you actually can this way you can develop or discover. It's really a discovery or exploration. You can discover new sounds, because you started off, we wanted to find or to create pentatonic scale with a sharp 11 and a major 6, like a Dorian sharp 11 pentatonic. That's what we started out with. And next is have a look what other sounds there actually are, and I'm pretty sure we'll find some amazing stuff. So I'll play them through, and then we'll have a look what the outcome is. That was the different sounds of the new developed pentatonic scale that we had developed. Yeah, what are my thoughts about it? I did think that the positions number 1 and position number 2 did cover the same ground basically, so they sounded very, very similar. Okay, one was with the major 6, and the other one was with the augmented 11 and 5, but that is basically the only difference. So those ones you can actually interchange. I did like the last one, position 5. I found really, really cool. Very classical sounding pentatonic scale. Yeah, it comes from a harmonic minor anyway, so and that was the one actually that you could hear that the most. I think it had some kind of church churchy, baroque, pre-baroque actually, sounding tonality, which was actually quite cool. Position 4 was kind of a Locrian theme going. It was like pretty dark and sinister. I did like that one as well. I mean, overall, I did like pretty much all of them. But what was outstanding actually is like what I'm currently summarizing here. Yeah, those were the ones that what stood out in my mind. I'd be curious to know which ones you like the best, or which ones you found it very cool sounding. Leave a comment below. It'd be great if you share your opinions. And for now, I'm signing off and say so long, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a good day.